I've always loved solo hiking. There's something about being alone in the wilderness that brings me peace. Last fall, I took a trip to the Adirondacks, a place I'd always wanted to explore. I picked a remote trail, one that wasn't frequently traveled, because I wanted the full experience of isolation. I parked my car at the trailhead, packed my gear, and set off. The first couple of miles were uneventful. Crisp autumn air, the sound of leaves crunching beneath my boots, and nothing but towering trees all around me. But then things started to feel off. It was subtle at first. The woods became eerily quiet. No birds, no rustling, just an unnatural silence. Then I noticed something strange. A tree ahead of me had deep scratches along its bark. At first, I chalked it up to an animal, maybe a bear. But as I continued, I saw more. Every couple 100 feet, another tree, clawed up like something had been marking its territory. I pushed forward, telling myself I was being paranoid, but as I neared a ridge, I caught a glimpse of something through the trees, something white. It was just for a second, but it was enough to stop me in my tracks. I scanned the woods. Nothing, just the trees swaying slightly in the wind. Shaking off the unease, I kept moving. An hour later, I reached a clearing where I decided to rest. I pulled out my water bottle and took a long drink. That's when I heard it. Footsteps. They were faint, slow, deliberate, coming from the trees behind me. My stomach dropped. I turned my head slightly, trying to see without making it obvious. Nothing. But the feeling was there, that unmistakable sensation of being watched. I casually packed my things, acting as if I hadn't noticed anything, and started walking back toward my car, a little faster than before. The entire time I could hear the footsteps trailing me, stopping when I stopped, moving when I moved. My heart was pounding. Someone, or something, was out there. Then I made a mistake. I turned around. Standing about 50 feet away was a figure, dressed in all white, motionless, their face obscured by the shadows of the trees. I stared, frozen in place. And then they moved. Not walking, sprinting, straight toward me. I ran harder than I ever had in my life. I didn't look back. I didn't stop. I could hear them closing in, their footsteps crashing through the underbrush. My car was still a mile away. I wasn't going to make it. Then, as suddenly as it started, the footsteps stopped. I didn't dare slow down, but I risked a glance over my shoulder. The figure was gone. Just vanished. I didn't stop running until I reached my car. I fumbled for my keys, jumped inside, and locked the doors. My hands were shaking as I started the engine and peeled out of there. I didn't stop driving until I was miles away. I don't know who or what I saw that day, but I've never gone hiking alone again, and I never will.